So recently, fans on various social media sites have been speculating about what the title for Star Wars Episode 9 may be. It got myself thinking about what the title could be, and the first word that popped into my mind was spark. I thought a lot about what Poe said at the end of The Last Jedi. We are the spark that will light the fire that will bring the First Order down. This is a very interesting sentence, and I feel it sheds light into what the plot of Episode 9 could be. Even Resistance's mid-season trailer has hinted at that as well, along with many novels and comics. Recently, I was watching a video by Urban Acolyte that added to my thoughts as to why I speculate Spark of the Rebellion could be the possible but unlikely title for Star Wars Episode 9. As he said for quite some time that the war between the First Order and the Resistance will continue after the sequel saga. Link the description to the video that he is discussing his thoughts in down below in the description. He recently in the past speculated that perhaps we'll see the First Order split, those loyal to Hux and those possibly loyal to Kylo, along with the Knights of Ren. I completely agree with him, and we have clearly been given those hints from the planet Batuu that has been featured in the Thrawn novel and a theme park based off of the same planet, which has been occupied by the First Order. There was even a leak I recently saw, over a year ago that featured V. Marathi hiding from the First Order on Batuu. We first saw her in the Phasma novel, captured by the First Order for being a spy for the Resistance. She eventually escaped with the former First Order stormtrooper, Captain Cardinal. That novel placed just before the events of The Force Awakens. Resistance takes place 6 months before the events in The Force Awakens. Even Poe Dameron comic book has given us a glimpse into a future after the saga. The movies, comics, and novels and TV shows regarding the sequel saga have pointed to one thing: the First Order are here to stay. Now, as I was also saying in Resistance, we saw in the mid-season trailer that clearly Resistance is going to tie right into The Force Awakens and literally take place during the Force Awakens. Now, back to my speculation. The First Order undermined the New Republic and eventually wiped out the New Republic, and I quote from General Hux: "At this very moment in a system far from here, the New Republic lies to the galaxy while secretly supporting the treachery of the lonesome Resistance." End quote. During The Last Jedi, Rey tells Luke that the First Order will control every major star system within weeks. We see the Resistance by the end of The Last Jedi is pushed out into the Outer Rim, just within reach of the unknown regions. Poe, Rey, Finn, Rose, and a handful of the Resistance, along with Leia, must rally on the galaxy together. Must rally the galaxy together, Since rumors and speculations claim that Episode 9 takes place 1 year after The Last Jedi, I speculate that the Resistance has been underground, using guerrilla warfare and techniques to hold off the First Order while they search for allies and find them throughout the system that are willing to join their cause and fight. This leads me to think that the end of Episode 9, we will see the spark that lights the fire, which will be the galaxy rising up against the First Order. My speculation is that the story Episode 9 will end with the Skywalker saga, but it will continue the war. I'll repeat that again. My speculation is that the story of Episode 9 will end the Skywalker saga. Will end with the Skywalker saga, but the war will continue. Because Kathleen Kennedy has said that she plans to tell stories about Rey, Finn, and Poe, and Rose for years to come. You really think this is the end of our rising heroes in a galaxy far, far away? Nah, not likely. Also, Hux clearly has shown us in The Last Jedi, and especially in the Phasma novel, he's not a man to be messed with. He killed his own father and anyone who got in his way as he rose in power. He was even willing to kill Kylo until he awoke it. Even in The Last Jedi novel, Kylo explains why he kept Hux so close. He knew how dangerous he was, and to constantly undermine Hux so viciously asserts Kylo's dominance amongst the soldiers and personnel. Yet, I can assure you, Hux is not down for the count. If anything, Kylo has given Hux just enough ammo by killing Snoke, and Snoke by killing Snoke, and Hux can use that to compromise Kylo's rule and authority. But we also can't forget, Rey becoming a Jedi and possibly recreating the Jedi Order is another story that needs to be told and will be continued to be told after the sequel trilogy ends. Just like in Return of the Jedi, Luke was not a Jedi until he confronted Vader and Palpatine. I suspect we will see a similar thread play out for her story. All of these threads will tie together, thus sparking the war to end all wars, as John Boyega once said in an interview. But hey, these are just my speculations and thoughts on what the title for Episode 9 could possibly be. But hey, let me know down in the comments what you think Episode 9 could be, and what you think the title for Episode 9 could be. I'm really curious to hear what you guys have to say. Well, that wraps up this episode of A Certain Point of View. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry, it's like 4 in the morning when I was recording this. Make sure to subscribe, blast that like button, punch the bell to make the jump to light speed notification. And remember, don't hate, speculate. Let's make the galaxy far, far away represent all. Much love, and may the Force bind and surround us all.